Okay, this is my 10th consecutive try to go live today. Past 9 times when I was trying to go live, my internet didn't work, and now another time when I tried to go live, I actually went live with the wrong title and configurations for the stream. That's today's story. Okay, so we are live here right now, and let me just try to do something so that I can remove voice, noise a little bit. I hope that now there is less noise. So now let us start. Okay, hello everyone, welcome to the stream, and once again today we are going to do the same thing, just slightly different. So for today our problem is binary tree in order traversal. This is exceptionally easy problem, which means we do not have to waste a lot of time. It's just gonna set up the mood for the rest of the stream. And the other thing is that we are going to solve questions from this sheet. I hope I'll be able to stream for 1 hour. Let's see. And my target is to solve up to 25 questions. So I'm supposed to solve 2 questions before the end of the stream. Anyways, so now the next thing that I want to focus on is this problem. We have to return the in-order traversal of its node values. Okay, that's like a pretty easy problem. I'm just going to say in order of root, if root is none, return non-local answer. Yeah, so in order means I have to insert the left then root, right? Yeah, so in order of root dot left, answer dot append root dot well, and in order of root dot right. So I can just say in order of root. Let's run the code and let's hope that this is going to work fine. 1 2 3 4, it's done. The second problem is this, but we cannot open it. Why is it so? There's a hard level problem called closest binary search tree value. I'm just going to say closest binary search tree value 1. If I can find GFG practice for that, it's going to be really helpful. No, I can't. Find the closest element in the binary search tree. Can I get the Leetcode link for this problem? Where is Leetcode link? Why is there no Leetcode link, like the actual Leetcode link? What language is this? Okay, I'll just go to the actual Leetcode. So this is a problem. It's a medium level problem. Find closest element in binary search tree. He's asking me to solve the problem myself, so let's do it. Okay, I've been given a binary search tree and an integer. I have to find the least absolute difference between any node value of the binary search tree and the given integer. So I have to find the closest value to the 13 in this binary search tree. So what I would do is I would just do BFS over the root, and how this is going to work is simply using how this is going to work is very simple and straightforward. The current value is root dot data. Now if at any point I feel like I should have, by the way, where is the, never mind. So if I have this diff equal to, let's say, float infinity, I'm going to call it non-local diff. That is the difference. I'm going to return diff, and I'm going to do bfs from the root. So this is my current value. Now what I'm going to do is diff equals to minimum of diff comma absolute of cur minus k, right? So this is that. I'm going to say if diff is greater than 0, so if the difference is greater than 0, actually I should just keep looping over, but in that case it would be O of n, but I need a expected time complexity to be O of h, height of the binary search tree. Okay, so a solution with O of n is very easy, but O of h, I have to find a solution in O of h. I think we'll need our one node for this. Can I just change the color to something like this? Okay, so my tree is 10, 2, 11, 5, 13, 16 and 4, and my k is 13. So I check with the root, I check where am I currently. So 13 is positive, means 13 is greater than root. What the heck is this? I think, okay, let's just delete this, let's just delete this, let's go here, delete this, let's go here, here, there, zoom in a little bit more, open it up, and okay, so my root value is 10, my k value is 13, so I know that k is greater than 10, which means if I was just searching 13 in this binary search tree, then I would have gone to the right side. So right side I have 11 and left side I have 2. So instead what I can do is I can check the left value, I can check the right value, and I can see, and I can sort of say that if the left value, so if the 2 minus 13 mod and this is 11 minus 13 mod, so this is something like 11, this is 2. Now I can say whichever side has the least value, you are supposed to go to that side. Does that make sense? It kind of does, but I'm not sure if it's correct. So I'm going to say left is absolute of k minus root dot left dot data. This is when if left is not, if root dot left is not none, is not none. In that case my left is this. I'm just going to say right and left to be float infinity comma float infinity. If root dot right is there, then my right is absolute of k minus root comma k minus root dot right dot data. Now I'm going to say if left is less than right. Yeah, I might also want to say if left. So instead of calling them infinite, let's call them none, none and none, so that I can check here that if not left and not right means it is not there, then I just return. Otherwise, if left is less than right, then I will call it on left, else I'll call it on right. Okay. Less than equal to, let's say. Oh, this is fine. And do I also need to do something else? Okay, I might just also want to say if diff is 0, then in that case let's not do anything, just return from here because it's kind of yeah, the correct answer is 2, which is correct. So if in this tree, okay, let's just check for the other tree also before we jump on to the conclusions. So the other tree is 819 null 4 null 10. Was it null or was it n? It's n, right? Yeah. So 819 null 4 null 10 10 and then I have 3 and the value is 9. So for this particular test case my answer is supposed to be 0 because I found 9, which is correct. Now I cannot return. This is fine. The last thing that I want to do is that I'm going to have this tree. Let us check for this particular tree first of all. Okay, yes, so this is the tree, and in this tree I said for 13 the answer came out to be 6, which is correct. But if I say 4, I don't know, it's always gonna be correct, I'm pretty sure. I might not also be sure, but I just think it is correct. If left is equal to right, if not left, then just do BFS on right. If not right, then just do BFS on left. Otherwise do BFS everywhere. Just check. Unorderable type int is none. Yes, if you're here then you might want to return, and if you're here you might also want to return. Are we getting the correct answer or not? That's the bigger question. The output is 11 but the expected output is 0. So the tree is 13, then we have 12. We don't have anything in the right side, but we have 1 here. Now again we do not have anything here or here, but we have 7 here, and then we have 6 and 8, and then we have null, and then we have 11. Excuse me, 11 on the left side. How does that work? 6, 8, and then we have 4, then we have null, and then we have 11. Now I need to find the number that is closest to 1. My output is 11, but the output is supposed to be 0, of course. Diff is always min of cur minus k. So I'm on the first one, 13. I check if 13, so I first do 13 minus 1, I get 12 as the diff, and I initialize left and right, and I say if right is none then fuck the right. So if not right, then we'll just run on the left side. The left side is 12, so it will run on the 12. Now we are again going to do 12 minus 1, which is 11, right? 12 minus 1 is 11. Then we again check left and right. Of course right is not there. We go to the left side, we check, we say that it's working fine. I don't get it. What's the problem? Why is my output 11? Maybe I just want to print left and right here to check some stuff. It says 11 none, 0 none, and 11. So the first time it is there, it says 11 none. 11 none makes some sense because this is 11 but this is none, so we will go to this side, and then it checks and it says 0 none. Yeah, so 0 is not left. I need to say if left is none and right is none, and I also need to say if left is none, and I need to update this to right is none. I might just take this off and this should work perfectly fine now. You're welcome. Now I'm really worried. Why? What is the flaw in my code? What's the flaw? Past some. Okay, I might have just ruined something. If left is less than equal to right. If left is less than equal to right. See, equal is just not possible, because for that root dot left and root dot right have to be equal, which is not possible in a binary search tree. So root is less than right. If root is less than right, then if left is less than right, which means k minus root dot left dot data is less than right. Yeah, but it really doesn't solve the problem, does it? It might. So for example, if you're on some node n and this is L and this is R, any node here would definitely be less than n. So if we go to this side, then it is going to be less than L. If we go this side, then it is going to be between L to n. So there's a high possibility that your answer would lie in this part of the tree also. But then तब तो ये फिर it would just become O of n. I don't get it. Ten to 11, 1, 5, 3, 6, 4. Now if I want to search for 9, let's say 9, then my answer would come out to be 2 from here. But it might be the case that यहाँ बढ़ते बढ़ते I have 9 right here. Right. Is this possible? See, this is 11. 9 minus 2 is 11. So 11 minus 2 is 9. So what I can say for sure is that any number, be it here or here, if I'm searching for 9, it's better to search here than to search here, even though this is closer to 9, because but 9 could also have been here. So I can't just use this condition कि टॉप से पता कर लो किस तरफ जाना है. बट अगर मैं ऐसा कुछ कंडीशन यूज़ नहीं करूँगा तो कैसे काम चलेगा? हाँ. Uh, hmm. How do I optimize this to run for just O times height of binary search tree? The best thing that I can probably do here is that I can say uh, the best thing that I can probably do here is if I can say that if cur is greater than k, then do not go to the right side because your answer won't be there. Just stay to the left side, else just go to the right side. If cur is smaller than k, then there is no point of going to the right side. Does that make any sense? That also doesn't really make much sense, but let's think about it. Oh, so that's what I was supposed to do. Shameful. So we solved this question in 17 minutes. Not my best, but okay. We did it. Now we have to solve this question. Count the reversals. Forget about Leetcode. We have done 9 days challenge. It's like we have been solving Leetcode every single day for 9 days according to Leetcode, but for us we have been doing it for past 36 days. I've solved 321 questions. This is a nice number, 3 to 1. It is a nice number. Let's solve this problem. This is count reverse in the string. Phew. Okay. Let's just clear some stuff out. Make way for new ideas. I have a lot of new ideas in my head that I'm working on right now. Not specific to DSA, but there are some ideas and you'll get to know about them sooner through a video probably. I just need to figure out how to make a good video. Now we have been given a string as consisting of only opening and closing curly brackets. Find out the minimum number of reversal required to convert the string into a balanced expression. A reversal means changing an opening curly brace to a closing curly brace. Now I have to find out the minimum number of stuff required, reversal required. Seems like what I can do is I can store it in the stack. If I have a curly brace, then I can store it in this stack. Should I store okay, so I have a stack having a curly brace, then there is an opening brace, I'll keep it, then there's an opening brace, I'll keep it, then if there's a closing curly brace and the top one is an opening, then I will remove it. Fuck this. Then there is another one, I'll remove it, then there is another one, I'll keep it, then there's another one, I'll keep it, then there's another one, I'll keep it. Now how would I figure out what's the right number? Well, that's the question. Okay, what I was thinking is if at the end I have this situation, then I can say okay, If I had something like this, then my answer would be 2. No, my answer won't be 2. My answer would be 4, because I need to reverse them. No, it could be just 2, no? I just reversed this one and this one. Now the answer is just 2. Oh, correct. So if I can turn this equation that I have right here into this equation, then I can start by picking stuff. So I picked 2 and I'm like, okay, if they are opposite, then we will require 2 steps, and if they're similar, then we'll require 1 step. Even if it's like this, then they are opposite, so we'll require 2 steps. If they're like this, then we require 1 step. If they're like this, we require 1 step, right? So I'll add that up and my answer would be 3. And if that is not an even number, then this is not possible. My answer would be -1. So that's my solution. Okay, let's try that out. Okay, let's quickly try that out. Import dq from collections, import dq from collections, import dq, q equals to dq of this. Now I can say for bracket in s, okay, I'm going to say if q, what I can do is if q and q of 0, right, top one of the q, or the latest one of the q, which is q of -1. So this depends on this. If bracket is an closing bracket, if bracket is a closing bracket, then I would say q and q of top is an opening bracket, then q dot pop. Okay, else in any other case, q dot append bracket. If the bracket is not a closing bracket, then I just append bracket. Now my question is, what would be the q? I'm just gonna return 1 for now, and I just want to check what is my q having. My q is having this, which is correct. Okay, that's cool, that's pretty cool. Can I say list of q? Does that make a list from the q? Yes, it does, which is cool, even cooler. Answer equals to -1. I want to return answer if length of, so I can say q is list of q, and if the length of q %2 not equal to 0 means the length is odd, return -1. Let's just say the answer is 0 for now. Yeah, and then I can say for I in range length of q comma 2, so that would be 2 steps at a time, right? 2 steps at a time. Just gonna say let's say x comma y is q of I comma q of I plus 1. If x equal to y, answer plus to 1, else answer plus equals to 2. So if we have similar stuff, then I can always create easily. If we have opposite stuff that is not like this, means it is to be like this, then we have to flip them both. But is it correct? Can we not have? No, it's always gonna be correct. Never mind. Do not mess with us. Let's go. I have solved this question previously. What the heck? This is weird. I've solved this question previously, so my ratings won't increase too. But it was a nice question. I like it. I'm happy that I solved it. I'm happy that I'm able to solve questions today, unlike yesterday. Okay. Anyways, this is fine. The next question is minimum cost to cut a stick. Minimum cost to cut a stick. It's a hard level question, and I have a feeling that I'm going to use recursion or backtracking and dynamic programming all together in this problem. Yes, I have this feeling. My mic just fell off. Give me a second. I can't believe. Okay, I'm back. Let me check if my voice is audible or I'm just speaking for no reason. Oh, I'm back to the problem. And I get a call. Just give me a sec, okay? Hey. Yes. Yes. I will. Shut up. Bye. I got distracted by the call. Back to the question. So today is the last day of Ganesh Chaturthi or Ganesh Puja, which means I will have to end my stream before 7:30 because I'll have to go to the final Aarti, which is supposed to happen at 7:30. All my friends and relatives are going to be there. Relatives, that's a funny term. There's no relative, but yeah, which means I have to finish up this question and then leave. I'm assuming that this question will take at least 30 minutes to 40 minutes and then I will have to give up and look at the solution. So the problem is, given a wooden stick of length n units, the stick is labeled from 0 to n. For example, a stick of length 6 is labeled as this. Given an integer cut, where cuts I denote a position where you should perform a cut at. You should perform the cuts in order. You can change the order of the cuts as you wish. Kya? The cost of one cut is the length of stick to be cut. The total cost is the sum of cost of all cut. When you cut a stick, it will be split into smaller sticks. Please refer to the first example. Bhai to kyun explain kiya? Written the minimum total cost of the cuts. So if we have cuts 1, 3, 5, then the optimal ordering is 3, 5, 1. Why? Because if we do 1, 3, 5, then 1. The first cut is done to a rod of length 7, so the cost is 7. The second cut is done 1, 3. Then I have to make a cut of 3. No, I have to make a cut at 3. I did. So the length was 6. And then I have to make a cut at this. Length was 4, then 3. So the answer was 20. But if I cut like 3, 5, first I cut at 3. Then I cut at 5. So the length was just 6, right? 4. length was just 4, was it? Yes. Then I make cut at 1, the length was 3, and then I'll make cut at 4, the length was 2. Okay. Okay. So let's write a backtracking or recursion function. N is the length, so I'm going to say my stick is I for I in range n. Okay. If the length, okay, n plus 1, never mind. So now my recurse function would say that if I have a stick and I have cuts and I have index, so what it is saying is that if I have to make cut at 3, 5, 1 and 4, कट्स की लेंथ क्या है? कट्स की लेंथ सिर्फ 100 तक होगी एट मैक्स. इफ आई हैव टू मेक कट एट 3, 5, 1, 4, फॉर ऐसे होगा ना, फॉर आई इन रेंज लेंथ ऑफ कट्स. मेरे को इंडेक्स की क्या ही ज़रूरत है. और मैं क्या करूँगा कि मैं कट्स जहाँ पे करना है, फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल कर इक्वल टू कट्स ऑफ आई. अब मैं यहाँ पे कट करने वाला हूँ, तो मैं कट्स डॉट रिमूव कर दूँगा, वो गया. और मैं बोलूँगा कि वापस से जाओ, फिर मैं बोलूँगा कि वहाँ से कट्स डॉट अपेंड, राइट. मतलब मेरे को वापस से उसको लिखना पड़ेगा उधर. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7. This is such an ugly problem. मेरे को 1, 3, 4, 5 पे कट्स लगाने. What I said is I should cut at something, let's say 1. I can choose to cut at 1, or I could choose to skip this one and cut at 3. When I cut at 3, the remaining cut that I have would be 1, 4, 5. When I cut at 1, my remaining cut would be 3, 4, 5, right? But I'm gonna have one visited array because I do not know how else would I do it. So I would say if visited of if I in visited pass, otherwise come here. You remove something, then you have to put it in visited dot add I. You have to recurse, and then you have to remove it from visited. Recurse for sticks, comma cuts, comma visited. That makes some sense. So ideally, if I cut this at 1, I cannot cut it at 1 now. I have to start from 3 4 5. I have to pick something. If I cut it at 3, then I can cut it at 1 again, and 4 and 5. That doesn't really make a lot of difference, but yeah. And if any point I have length of visited as length of cuts, voila, my problem is solved. I am going to return. But if it is not the case, then I have to recurse. Now I just need to figure out what else, what are the other important things that I need to take care of. Okay, for I in range this, which is fine. Okay, now let's figure out what would be the answer. So if I make a cut at ith index, then my answer is, so I made what would be the length of the rod. I have to consider the length of the rod. That's it, right? I have to consider the length of the rod. Okay. This is such an ugly problem. I have to consider the length of the rod. How will I find out the length of the rod, by the way? If I make a cut at 3, then my rod would be split in 2. I can't believe you. Now I highly doubt that this problem is going to be solved using recursion or simple recursion. My rod is splitting into 2 at every step. So that's like a very obvious observation that I can make out from this. So should I write some divide and conquer kind of shit? Let's try to copy that. Let's try to copy that for 1 second. So for example, if I cut my at 0, then one of my array would be this, another array would be this, right? So I would send this array and rest of this to here and here. Now here I will not be able to cut anything, so that's fine. But here I will be able to cut a lot of things. Okay, now I have figured out some DP problem. So this could be solved using a 2-dimensional DP, 2D DP. देखो मेरे को कितना टाइम लगा ये फिगर आउट करने में, at least 20 minutes. I think this could be solved using a 2-dimensional DP where one dimension could be the index, another dimension could be the cut. But cut is not a okay. So my left, I would get left from here and I would get right from here, and I would return left plus right in my recursive function somehow magically. Okay, so let's try to see if I can do the magic. Right now I'm just gonna remove all the arguments because I am not sure what arguments would I be needing. So if at any index I want to make a cut, I will definitely have this stick. Okay, if at any index for I in range length of cuts, if at any index I want to make a cut, then I need to make sure that there are 2 things that have been satisfied. Number 1 is if length of stick is greater than so for example length of stick is 7 in this case, so it has to be greater than the index. If it is equal to, then this is fine. No, if it is equal to, then I cannot make a cut. right. So length of stick has to be strictly greater than I, cuts of I, isn't it? Okay, if I want to make a cut right here, I would say my temp is cuts until I plus cuts from I plus 1 till end. So I just remove that one I from the cuts. Now I have a new temp, and if I'm making a cut, which means my stick has the length which is greater than the cut, so I cannot make a cut at 7. That doesn't make sense. The length of this is 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, which means 8. Length is 8. I cannot make a cut at 7, which means length has to be strictly greater than I plus 1. If it is not the case, if length of stick is less than equal to I plus 1, in that case I cannot make a cut, so I just continue. But if I am making a cut, I have temp and I also have answer, cost. So my cost would be, since I'm cutting this, so my cost would be length of stick. Okay, and now I have left stick. Left stick is nothing but stick, but it has been cut. So my stick until from starting till temp would be 1 stick. So if it says that cut at 3, from starting till temp plus 1 would be 1 stick, and right stick would be from starting from temp plus 1 to end, from temp plus 2 to end, from temp plus 2 to end. Okay. Length of stick is less than I. No, if length of stick is less than equal to temp plus 1, then I would have to continue, because उस केस में I cannot cut this stick. Okay, now I have left stick and right stick, so I get left cost equal to again recurse for left stick with the temp. Temp is a different thing, but cur is cuts of I. I have to say this is cur. Okay, and right cost is nothing but if I recurse on the right stick, comma temp. Okay, now my answer would be answer equals to minimum of answer comma cost plus left cost plus right cost. Okay, and whatever is the answer, I just return answer. Initially I have my answer set up as float of infinity. Okay, so for every index I check if it is possible to cut, I cut it, I update my answer, and I move on. X equals to recurse stick is nothing but stick, comma cuts, print X, and I'm just going to return something like 1 for now. I want to see what is the value of X here. Infinity. I go here, I go there, I check. Can I print my cur comma temp? Is the cuts of I. cuts of I is 1, temp is 3, 4, 5. 1 plus 1, 2 is of course not greater than the length of stick, but cur is 1, which means until 1, so 0 or 1 would be on one side, and 1 plus 1, 2, from 2 to 7 is on other side. Temp is 3, 4, 5. So the next time I go here, my cur is 3 and the temp is 4, 5. And of course length of stick. I should also have length of stick here just for reference. Whew. This is coming out to be infinite all the time. My left and right cost is coming out to be infinite all the time, which is a little irritating. Must be making some mistake. If I cut here and then I move on, I also need to say that if length of cuts is 0, then return 0. Does that make any sense at all? It does make a lot of sense, but my answer doesn't change, which is weird. If length of cuts is like that, if my length of stick is less than equal to this, in that case I cannot make a cut, so I would return 0. Does that even make sense? Let's get some hint. Of course, hint. Build a DP array is the minimum cost to achieve all the cuts between I and j. Minimum cost to arrange all the cuts between I and j. All cuts is the minimum cost to achieve all the cuts between I and j. Hi Kwanit. Streak is really going well. Streak is really going well, that's true, but I've lost all of my confidence. If you have noticed, I haven't really been able to solve one single question in the past 1 week. I just have to figure out how to solve the questions after watching videos. So I haven't really been able to solve the question from my side. So streak is not really going that great. I'm struggling right now. But thanks for motivation. Minimum number of tasks for all the cuts. If I make a cut at some index I, this is all trash. This is a trash piece of code. Let us spend more time thinking. Let's try for 10, let's think for 10 minutes, okay? I'll start the timer right here and we will think for next 10 minutes. Thank you, Kwanit. Very motivating words. Yeah, I'll keep trying until I actually become good at this thing. Thank you. थैंक यू सो मच क्वानित. तैयार हो जाओ, पूजा करने जाना है 15 मिनट में. या क्या कर रहे हो तुम? जाओ, जाके तैयार हो जाओ. Cuts are 1 3 4 5 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. What I mean is if I forgot that one thing. The cost would be currently 7 plus the cost that would be to achieve all these cuts. But I'm looping on cuts, which is not the best thing to do. In this also I could have done something which is flag equals to true. And right here I'm doing continue. Thank you. I'm assuming कि उस 50 में से you have helped me get at least 20 subs. Flag equals to false. But thanks anyways. Thank you. If flag returns 0, at least I got some output, which is so much better than getting a weird answer like infinite. At least I got some output. I'm so happy. Thank you, Kwanit, once again. I'm assuming that you have subscribed from at least 10 different accounts. Thank you. Left cost, right cost 0, and the current cost is 5. What the heck? Current cost is 5. That is happening when okay. And I send 3 4 5 here, send 3 4 5 here. If I cannot do anything with it, which means the answer would be 0 from here, the length would be 7. Yes, the cost would be length of stick. And for this part I will send 3 4 5. So once again I will loop, I check 3, I say if that's the case, which means the length is 3 3 6. The length is 6, so 3 is inside of 6. Okay. So my stick of 0 has to be less than equal to cur, which is less than equal to stick of -1. Should be less than, right? Not equal to. Yes, it should be less than cur of -1, and this should also be like that. No, if that's not the case, if not this, then I'm assuming that I cannot cut. It says that the stick index is out of 0. If length of cut is equal to 0, or length of stick equal to 0, In both of the cases I'm going to return 0. Yes, the correct answer is still not there, but we are reaching somewhere in terms of improvement. We are doing 0 improvement. तो सबसे पहले let's try to recreate this. I have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 1, 3, 4, 5 in the first round. And now I look over the cuts. I get to the first cut, which is 1. So my temp is nothing but cuts of I, cuts until I. Temp is fine. Temp is nothing but it is gonna be 3, 4, 5. My cur is 1. So cur is inside of this. So I will take the cost as cost equal to length of stick. So which is 7. Plus left stick would be until this point, so left stick is this, right stick is this, and I will send the same thing. Now for the left stick, my left stick is not empty, right stick is not empty, but when I loop I find that this is not true, so my answer from left side is 0. So this is 7 plus 0 plus, now I go to the right side, and when I go to the right side, my 3 is inside, so I will make a cut at 3. But in this problem I'm making cut at 3 and then I'm sending everything else, then I'm making cut at 4, then okay, yes, that should be fine. So I'm making cut at 3, I made a cut at 3, and this would be 2, 3, this would be 4, 5, 6, and this would be 4, 5, this would be 4, 5. So again, when I made a cut at 3, my answer should be 5 plus this is 0 and 4, 5. I make a cut at 4, so this would be 4 and 5, 6. It would be 3 plus 0. I make a cut at 5. This would be 2. 3 plus 2, 5. 5 plus 5, 10. 10 plus 7, 17. So there should be one case of left cost 0, right cost 10, and cost to be this. Is there a case? No, there isn't. So this is the problem. 0, 10 and 8. I have it at 8. But the length is just this, no? Okay, now I just need to figure out how to make it right, because this is returning something which is not correct. I'm completely stuck. Let's check the discuss section and see if someone has decided to use a recursion and then db. What the hell is this? O of n cube. Top down, bottom up. Top down is the one जो कि मैं ट्राई करने की कोशिश कर रहा था बट हुआ नहीं. Anyways, so this is some smart person जिसने बहुत ही अच्छे तरीके से सॉल्व किया है. I got a call, just give me a second. Yes, बोलो. 5 मिनट दो. ओके. Yes, we have to wrap up quickly because कुछ तो होने वाला है, तो चलना पड़ेगा. But I guess मेरे को समझ आ रहा है क्या करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं हम. ये वाला सोल्यूशन काफ़ी अच्छा है. कट्स डॉट सॉर्ट, कट्स को सॉर्ट किया, डीपी बनाया, रिकर्स. एक काम करते हैं, जल्दबाजी में सॉल्व नहीं करते हैं. लेट्स पॉज दिस फॉर नाउ. इसको मैं ऑफलाइन सॉल्व करूँगा. अब मुझे स्ट्रीम बंद करनी पड़ेगी बिकॉज टाइम हो गया एंड आई हैव टू लीव. लेट्स स्टॉप द टाइमर. I have to leave because of some stuff, but I will continue the stream tomorrow and hopefully solve this question off stream. If I don't solve this question off stream, I won't do stream. Okay, let's go. Goodbye. I have to